Okay, here we are back in House Flipper 2. And this is the little Tudor house that I have built. On the outside, I've kind of went a little bonkers with the trees and stuff, but I wanted to give it this really like lush foresty feel. I don't know, whatever. So we're gonna just take a little look-see through this house. And I was inspired by a floor plan I found online, and so this started out as just a like barn in the middle of the lot, so I basically tore it down pretty much to nothing but a floor. And so yeah, we're gonna kind of take a meander through. So let's see, here's the front door. Give a little doorbell, which is super cute. So you come in, and here is an entry, which is like a 2-story entry. There's a little powder room, which I did like a really cute yellow and black theme for, which I thought was really cute. Look at this, wash your paws, says the little black kitty. So I thought this was cute, and I even gave him a little ducky with the top hat. So that's the little powder room on the first floor. There's just a little like utility closet here. There's also a little coat closet here. And then the front room is an office, so I gave it kind of a very, this whole place has a very overly decorated theme, but that was kind of part of the fun that I went for, was just kind of overly decorating everything. So, and very, you'll see. So there's a little entry, a little table, and that's the stairs up to the second floor. And then this is the kitchen, which I thought was a very interesting. I found an inspo pic, which I couldn't find again after I did a lot of inspo pics for this one, just because I don't know, I found that was a fun challenge to say, okay, let's find a picture and see if we can kind of recreate it with the assets available in the game. So this I thought was a cute kitchen, and a little waterfall, countertop, the marble, and then kind of the powdery blue cabinets, and then the wallpaper, and then there's a little breakfast nook off the back. Just kind of decorated that. And over here there's a little mud room, so a little spot to sit down, put your shoes on, drop your purse off. And there's a laundry room in here. I gave it kind of this powdery pink theme, my little flamingos. And then this is the garage, and remember what we said, garages are boring. So garage, I didn't spend too much in the garage, so because I figured, it's your car garage, whatever, right? And then and come out this way, and this is the living room and dining room, which again very overly decorated with the wall paneling and dark greens and pinks, and kind of going for this very bougie Victorian theme. And then the dining room, again, kind of that dark and bougie. But I liked how the ceilings turned out in this room with the cross panels, or whatever what do you want to call those. I thought that turned out really pretty. So let's go upstairs. So you come upstairs, and then this is just that little overlook down below. And there is a bedroom here, which not necessarily the most functional of bedrooms, but again, kind of, I found an inspo pic which I thought was kind of cute, so I thought I'm going to try to recreate that in one of these bedrooms. So it really needs a wardrobe, but whatever. So a little spot to sit, kind of a little decorated fake fireplace, then a nice little bed with some plate decorations, and anyways, so that's that room. And then let's see, and then this is the hall closet, or hall bathroom, and I thought this turned out really cute. And just a basically functional bathroom in the hall. So it's got a toilet, a sink, and a large shower. And I thought this turned out really pretty, really cute. And then down the hall, this is the nursery. I made another nursery. This one has kind of like a mauve and bunnies theme, which I thought was kind of cute. And a little rocking chair to sit and look outside, and then the crib and a changing table. And this has a large walk-in closet. Everything's very that mauve theme. I thought this turned out really cute, really pretty. And then Okay, and then there is another little laundry space upstairs because I thought that made sense, and they listed this as just like a storage room, and I had thought about like just not building the storage room and making it like an open loft up here, but then I thought, yeah, let's just turn it into like a little mini utility room because that makes sense to be on the second floor, so it's close to the couple bedrooms up here. And then this is a bonus room, which I was really perplexed as to what to do with this because I feel like I'm always making bonus rooms like putting a pool table and a bar in them, and I'm like, I don't want to do that again. So I just kind of did a little bit of an eclectic maximalist design, so I could add a bunch of like wild colors and different patterns, and then there's just a little desk here because I figured that would make sense to have a desk in this room, and you can kind of do whatever you want with this room, hence it is a bonus room. And then this is the main master bedroom, so it's kind of I tried to challenge myself not to make a purple bedroom because I keep making purple bedrooms because I like purple. So I did this kind of yellow, heavily decorated look, and then it has its own walk-in closet. I like the closet with a little seat, little window. And then it has, of course, an ensuite bathroom, which I kept as close to the floor plan as I could on this house, so that was kind of part of the fun I had in the challenge on this one. So it has a tub, has a shower, double sink, little storage area. I don't know why the bathtub did that with the tile. Kind of a wonky look, right? Either way, and then there's a little water closet for it. If I could, I would have put a sliding door here because I think that would have made more sense, but the game doesn't really have one of those, so I just did an archway. But just imagine that would be a sliding door. It kind of makes sense, right? And anyways, so there's the master. And then the outside of this home, we're going to go to the outside. There's a lot going on the outside of this home. So you can come back through here. There is a little door out, and then you have a little entertaining patio eating area right off the kitchen. I thought that kind of made sense. And a little grill. Look, I gave them a burger and a hot dog. And then there's just a pool, and you have a little spot for, if you want to lounge outside by the pool. And there's a little bridge over to a little entertaining area with an umbrella. And there's a fire pit out here and some extra seating. That's the back of the garage there. So this I thought was kind of cute. And then there's a little pathway this way down to the front of the house with some trees. And then I put in a little hedge maze labyrinth over here because I thought that made sense for the Tudor home. So we'll go through the little maze here. Go this way, and there's a tree. There's a little bench if you want to sit down. And then keep going through the little maze. It does have a center, so you can go through, and there's a little water fountain in the center, which I thought was kind of cute and sweet. And, just a very basic maze. And then over this way, guess what this one has? This one has an ADU, or a little guest house, which I had like super fun with this guest house. I found this floor plan for just a little tiny cottage online, and I tried to keep it as close to that as I could. I thought I did a pretty good job of making this really cute, and it's definitely got a feel for it. This one does. So you come out. So here's just a little living room with my cute artwork, and I found this really funky kind of, I don't know, funky and ugly decorating idea. So I don't know, it was I feel like this is very old lady looking, but I don't know, it was kind of entertaining to try to do. And there's just a little pantry space, and then it has a kitchen, like a full kitchen, the stove, a sink, and there's a fridge built into the wall, a little microwave, so all the things you need. And it has a little eating area here. And then let's and then this does turn on. Isn't that cute? And then let's go upstairs. So there's just one bedroom, one bath kind of plan here. So and then there's a little hall closet. I gave some storage for like linens and towels and whatnot over here. And then it has a bathroom, which I kind of, again, I went for this kind of cool, wild colors, patchwork floor, and kind of this blue and green theme. And I kept to the floor plan, so it has this kind of, separation for the stackable washer dryer, then just a shower and a little toilet, and then a little sink. So I thought it was, hey, it's a pretty functional bathroom for a little tiny home. And then the most fun I had was this part. So I made this is the bedroom. I made this little like hobbit-inspired book nook kind of bed. So there is a bed in there. You can go to sleep in the bed. See, sleep. But it's got, surrounded by books. It's got some fairy lights. I did some cute kind of toys and different little statues and whatnot to kind of, flush it out so it looked like a really cute, cozy place. And it has a chair with a little ottoman, so you can come in here and, hang out, read a book. Or if they do have guests staying, they can come and stay here. It's got a little vanity. And then to either side, there is actually a built-in, like a tiny closet on both ends. So see that. And then I would imagine you could, use these little shelves if you needed to crawl up to the top there. But I thought this was really super cute. I had a lot of fun putting this together as a little spot to sit and enjoy. And then one more thing for this little unit. It has, guess what? A secret garden. So let's open the door. There's a secret garden out here. So it has its own little garden. So a little spot that you can only get through the secret door, and it's a little spot to sit and eat outside. And then a little rocking seat. I thought this was kind of a fun spot, a little fun vibe to kind of hang out here. So yeah, this is the house, and then out of the ADU or the little guest house, there's a little spot to sit on the front porch and hang out, little decorations and stuff. And I made this bridge. I was trying to figure out how to make a bridge, so I thought this turned out okay, and then you can come down this way, and it has its own little front entrance walkway. So I made this little like hidden area, and with all these pretty flowers and trees, and has a little fountain with a little gazebo, and just kind of this fun little walkway to the other side of the home. So all right, so that's the house. I've had a lot of fun with it. And let's see if we can't sell this puppy and see how well it does. Boy, I spent a lot on this one, but I had a lot of fun with it. So we'll see how it does. Let's see, $279. That's not bad. Let's sell it. All right, bye puppy. And then I guess we'll get to see some before and after pictures to kind of enjoy the what was it. So I'll take some photos. See, there's the barn before, and there's the Tudor cottage. Was not a whole lot here. Of course, obviously, vastly changed from where we started. Oh, these pictures don't work very well since, well, there wasn't a whole lot here to begin with. I wish they let you set where the before and after pictures would go, because then you could kind of say, here's what it became. But I think the house turned out really cute. So, alright, well that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with that one. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.